with regards to the RCMP being a little corrupt. So Pierre Pollievre says RCMP comments were directed at former commissioner. So conservative leader Pierre Pollievre says his accusations of political interference by the RCMP during former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's tenure were directed at the National Police Service's former commissioner, not the institution itself. Well, I would actually argue that it's the institution itself. I stand shoulder to shoulder with the brave men and women in uniform who put their lives on the line every day to protect and serve. Pollievre wrote in a statement on Monday, today and every day, I thank them for their service. My comments were directed to the former RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki. We've covered her quite a bit with her actions. With her actions. My comments were directed at former RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki, who has a lengthy track record of publicly documented scandals, deception, and political interference to the benefit of the Liberal government. Pollievre also wrote, we called for her resignation. We stand by that call to this day. In an interview with the YouTube channel Northern Perspective last week, Pollievre accused the RCMP of shielding Trudeau from criminal charges. During the interview, Pollievre said that many of the scandals of the Trudeau era should have involved jail time and called the RCMP leadership just despicable when it comes to enforcing laws against the Liberal government.
Agreed.
Yeah, so we could keep going. So we've seen things like, God, what do I have here? Oh, right. With gun ban legislation in 2021-ish. After a mass shooting event in Canada, what the government was doing was any guns that were used in a crime, well, we're gonna if it was used in a crime, that gun's gonna get banned. So one thing that actually ended up tainting a lot of this opinion and information was that they leaked this information early, which they were not supposed to. We've seen things like RCMP were trying to weed out any officers who were sympathetic or showed any type of support to the Freedom Convoy.
Oh my God.
Do you remember at the Coots Sweetgrass blockade in Alberta where there was farm equipment on the side of the road or in a farmer's field and they sabotaged it?
Oh, sabotaged it? That's actually putting it nicely. They completely destroyed this $1 million vehicle.
Well, it wasn't a million, but they hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage to be fixed.
It wasn't even, I don't even think it was fixable. They destroyed it.
I remember correctly, it was irreparable damage.
Exactly. They destroyed it. Unfixable. It's horrible. I bet they went home and were so proud of themselves that night too.
Put that into perspective. Something not used in the furtherance of a crime. They just went, well, they're close enough, so we're going to sabotage them.
Well, yeah, because they had other farmers and stuff like that were joining in the Freedom Convoy. So they're like, oh, you have a tractor? You want to use it for farming purposes? Nah, fork you. Forget it.
Yeah, so I have a little read up here. So electrical damage, including cutting the battery cable, starter solenoids, glow plug solenoids, and control box wiring was inflicted. Additionally, a number of fuel lines and filters were removed, with their intakes being spray foamed shut.
Oh my God.
This is what our RCMP did. A bunch of thugs. This is why,
100%.
I understand Pierre has to take the political position, but you know what? I don't have to. When you see instances that the police say, you know what? We don't care. We'll destroy your stuff if we think, if we feel, if our feels kind of get in the way. No. Okay, if this equipment was going to be used in the furtherance of a crime, you cannot preempt a charge, especially to destroy equipment.
I don't know. I hope It probably wasn't, but I hope that person went after the RCMP and got it replaced on their dime. I doubt it, but
It should come out of their personal freaking
right.
like this type of stuff is absolutely insane. There was absolute outrage when this happened.
I will agree with that. I feel that if they were given an order from someone to do it, it should come out of that person's pocket. If they just decided and made this decision on their own to do what they did, 100% it should be coming out of their pocket.
I would not be surprised if they said, hey, we noticed this equipment relatively close to a place where a demonstration is taking place. Let's go and destroy it. And they got a call from the higher up. Someone approved that decision. That wasn't just made willy-nilly. Someone approved the destruction of private property, not in accordance with a crime, just close enough.
It's probably like, again, this is just me saying this. It's not actually proven. It was probably Trudeau. Like the way that he
Personally?
acted with the the way that he acted with the whole Freedom Convoy.
He went out
and
to Coots, Alberta, and just like,
no,
what does this
got
do?
wind of it. He got wind of it, or maybe he like flew by it. He radioed in to the RCMP, like, "Yo, I see the tractor in the field. Get rid of it." Like,
Yeah,
100%.
they might start trying to farm in February. Nah, we can't have that.
I hate truck. He probably has like every time he sees like a semi or a tractor, he probably like twitches. I feel.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe that's why Katy Perry likes him. He becomes like so twitchy. He's like a human vibrator. She'll just take him to like truck stops.
As she said, she kissed a girl and she liked it.
Apparently. She stayed there.
Do you imagine that?
Nope.
Like, I want to know.
I'd rather kiss Katy Perry.
I'd rather kiss my dog. With tongue.
Ew.
Well, it's not gay.
I mean, it's granted, but ew.
Yeah, that's true. Dogs are sloppy kissers.
Just ew. God. What's wrong with you?
I don't know, man. It's been a long day. It's been a very long day.
How much have you drank today?
God, I wish I was. Can you even drink on YouTube? I mean, I guess, right?
I don't know. Why not?
Well, apparently on Twitch, you can do whatever you want. Okay. So, you know how Twitch recently had, I know we're talking about RCMP and corruption, but you know how Twitch had like a live birth they streamed like a live birth on Twitch?
No, I don't know that. That sounds disgusting.
How far removed are they from going, this is how a baby comes into the world, to this is how a baby's made? You think like Twitch doesn't see like all the money raking in on like those OF chicks and goes, if we could just somehow skirt like enough, like, you know, maybe have like tassels on that, you know, little kids, like you're not exposing yourself, but like you're basically exposing yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if Twitch went that far.
Sorry, you just said tassels and it made me like
wee
100%. Okay, so funny story. So when I went out with the girls from work on Friday, you know my purse. It's a suede tassel purse, right? So one of the girls that was there, she was having a few drinks and she started calling me tassel tits. She's like, "Hey, tassel tits." I'm like, oh my God. I was laughing so hard. And I could just like envision, the titty tassels going 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, a little more serious. So like, okay, does anyone out there, does anyone remember when she was in I can't remember what she was being questioned in, but she was getting fed answers.
Who are we talking about?
About Brenda Lucky. When
we're back to her. Okay.
Yeah, I was saying back to, you know, a little more serious. I seem to be the only person that noticed it, but I can't remember what the questioning and commission was about.
You weren't the only person that noticed it. It was brought up something else I was watching. They had made notice of it.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
like you could hear, like she was supposed to be giving statements herself, and there was someone behind the camera that was answering for her, and then she answered. So man, I don't know. Does this look better, or does this look better? All right. I don't know.
This looks better. Whoa.
Does that look
There
better?
we go. Much better.
Does that look better?
Oh my god. Oh, nice. You just remove me. Like, and does this look better?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember what it was about, but when she was being questioned, you could just hear someone feeding her answers. And I think that's absolutely like to say wrong. But it's I don't know if anyone just caught on it. I don't know. Like if anyone remembers what that is, please in the comments, please let me know. And I guess you know what? I guess should this be like the question of the day? Question of the stream? Is the RCMP corrupt? Dot dot dot. How about that? Is the RCMP corrupt? I think they are. I really do. Anyone in the comments? I don't know. Like I said, if anyone can remember what that was, I don't know. That really.
I know. I'm trying to look for it here, but it's a little tricky.
Yeah, I think so. Oh well. But you know, so we've seen how the RCMP have kind of played these games. They've covered up. Everyone remembers the SNC Lavalin thing, the Aga Khan thing, the number of violations, ethical breaches, conflicts of interest, all of this stuff that Justin Trudeau has that happened under him or either him directly. And it's like the RCMP just carry on. You know, you just keep doing your thing there, JT. We don't really care, I suppose. So, yeah, I guess if we can't really find anything exactly with regards to it, it is bothering me that
it's hard because there's too many things that are popping up. But and without actually clicking on it, that's what I'm saying. Without actually clicking on it and listening to them, I'm not going to know which one it is, which is a little too difficult. I mean, I keep seeing ones where she passes on questions about systematic racism, but I don't know. I'm not finding anything, but I do remember that. I do remember it. Like you could clearly hear somebody telling her what to say. You're muted.
Feeding her answers. Yeah, well, I also told you to mute your goddamn phone.
Well, I was too busy looking this way, not at your message to me. Oh my God. How about no?
A little professionalism here. God damn it. Yeah, so it's bothersome to hear, like anyone that comes from the left, when you listen to them say, like, oh, well, you know, look at how dare Pierre impugn this corporate or, you know, this institution and all this stuff. Thank you. Like we have noticed time and time again. What's up, John? What do y'all feel? Nipple tassels. You're here earlier.
Be a little more specific.
But so
do we feel that it's corrupt? Yes, we do.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think the Liberal Party or the Liberal Party, little Freudian slip. The RCMP, yeah, I think they are corrupt. They have engaged in I think in corrupt activities. I don't think that's any shock. But for Pierre to make these statements, and again, we're just two dopes. I just read the news, I look at what's going on, and this same people on the opposite side of the political aisle, they see this stuff. They see the same thing I'm seeing. They see the reports coming out. They see the unethical things. They see the scandals, the cover-ups, Jody Wilson-Raybould being unceremoniously booted because she refused to budge and fought against Justin Trudeau and that whole corruption thing. So much so SNC-Lavalin doesn't exist anymore. That's how corrupt that place was. It now operates under a different name. And John, yes, I will agree. Freedom is not free. I agree. So what do you say? So their corruption is what I will not talk about. I dealt with it. What, you dealt with like RCMP corruption?
Curious.
Well, a little curious, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, jeez.
It's pride every day, baby. It's pride every day.
Well, according to the liberals, maybe. My job.
Oh, okay. Say no more, sir.
Fun. Don't envy you.
Well, look. Well, we could even talk about, like, you know, the reason why we keep bringing up the Freedom Convoy and why people are like, well, why are you still living in the past? Why? It's because it hasn't been dealt with. The issue, no one's come and said, you know what we did was wrong. They just carried on, and then they went, oh, you lost your job. It's like, no. Fuck you.
There's no sympathy there at all.
Flip you. Fornicate you. Go get stuffed. You.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because those things haven't been dealt with, because there has been no resolution, no restitution, nothing has been done to actually remedy the damage that has been done. Well, yeah, people are kind of like, hey, you know what? This was how I view it is so much. It's not that there's corruption. Okay, we understand that there is corruption within the world, or that we should try and limit corruption within Canada as much as possible. But it's very, very different when this was a coordinated effort in order to, how I view it is that this was an attack on the scientific method itself. This was trust. This was trust absolutely destroyed. And this is how you destroy those institutions. The only reason that we participate in any, you know, the rule of law, the elections, anything like this, even in commerce, using fiat currency, is because we believe that these institutions are trustworthy. Once we stop believing in those institutions and the trust in those institutions are eroded to zero, that's when things break down. If we do not trust that our elections are free and fair and limited, or at least any type of interference is removed, we no longer trust an election. If we believe that the justice system is not serving in a just manner, but in a political manner, then we no longer can trust it. And this was the idea with Godwin's law of, you know, it would be better that one person, one criminal go free than 10 innocent suffer. And then, you know, what was it? Not George Washington, what was it? Benjamin Franklin talked about, what then he even expanded on that. And he said, it's better that 100 criminals go free than one innocent suffer. Sorry, I mixed up the first one.
What?
You know, but so it's the idea that if you are, the system will do everything in its power to ensure innocence is upheld. It gives a reward system to being truthful. And when you no longer believe in that, that's when you start operating outside of that system. You're no longer trusting in good faith. We've seen in good faith what the justice system will do. We watched Tamara Litch and Chris Barber get attacked. They're still attacked relentlessly. Every freedomer and every truck driver that decided, or individual that decided to support this, were called criminals. We tried to overthrow the freaking government. And this came from the highest offices. It wasn't like some douchebags on X or in little Facebook's groups. This was political party leaders. Jagmeet Singh of the NDP saying this was an insurrection. Those are insurrectionists.
Yep. Well, Trudeau too, calling us terrorists and stuff like that. Like, it just, the mental picture that they placed on Canadians about other Canadians that were doing literally peaceful things. It just, they did a very good job through all of COVID in literally getting everybody to attack their neighbors in one way, shape, or form. Just to turn on each other. 100%.
Well, and remember, like, I don't, if anyone remembers, like, you know, George Soros, you know,
100%, Greg. Sorry.
He's a Jew that turned on Jews to write propaganda for the Nazis. That's what he did.
Well, look at the what was the movie, The Pianist, that we watched. A lot of the Jews were working with
do you remember all the memes that came out from that? It had like you know, those soldiers when the pianist, whatever the guy is, like, he's in like a Nazi coat, or I think it was like the Americans stopped him or something. He's like, "What are you?" And it's like, I'll see if I can find them, but it's like, "I'm retarded, prove it. I voted for Kamala Harris, or I'm a white guy for Harris." Like that type of thing.
That's funny. But even in that movie, like, it literally showed like a bunch of Jews that ended up working for or working with the Nazis against their own people. Mm-hmm. So,
well, yeah. Because if given the opportunity, like, hey, it's either you stick with the regime, believe the regime, and we'll take care of you. You've seen this happen in Colombia, in Venezuela, in Germany during the 1930s. It was when, like, hey, you stick with us, your family will be fed. You won't have to worry. But if you're against us, your family will starve. Your family will starve. So, what side do you want to be on? You don't want your family to starve, do you? So, I don't know. I've seen John. So, what do you believe in? I assume in personally. But are you just asking in chat? Just wondering. Well, what were you in response to?
Hold on, I'm lost.
No, that's all right. That's okay.
I looked up at the wrong time there. Mine was what he had said. Oh my gosh, where was it now? That we're not going to survive.
Well, I think Canada is really behind the 8 ball. I think we're really behind the 8 ball. I think that there's quite a bit that, like, I think one thing that, and this is where I make the distinction, the Liberals are very good at, they ingratiate themselves with culture. You see any culture war issue, the Liberals dig into that mountain, or they dig into that molehill and make it a mountain. They are unrelenting to actually concede any and all ground. They will fight to the death to maintain it. And they will force the conservative parties, or any conservative-leaning party, to now whether attack that idea because they've retreated from it, because the media, of course, has a liberal slant. You're gonna, hey, do you want to have a cushy, good paying job where you just write puff pieces for the government, where you're, maybe like 60-40 in favor of the liberals and then like 90-10 against the conservatives? Or do you want to be like Rebel News, where you're seen as a pariah and never taken seriously? And I understand Rebel News and those types of media outlets. Yeah, they get into their sensationalism and all that type of stuff. Fine.
Mhm.